let me first of all congratulate His Excellency, the Governor of the state, over the demise of his dear, lovely wife.
Honorable colleagues, I have a letter coming from our dear brother. His letter read what the subject matter is defection from the Labour Party to the All Progressive Congress APC. The policies and direction of the APC.
Still in the courts, the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, has granted an order of interim injunction restraining Lagos-based legal practitioner Dele Farotimi, whether acting by himself or his representatives, from further publishing, selling, circulating, advertising, or distributing the physical, hard, digital, or even soft copies of the book Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System.
I am taking this seat this morning because I am a sad Nigerian, a soldier who believed in this country, a soldier who fought to keep this country one, and that is my husband, Chief Colonel Paul Osa Ogbibo. I met him at the war front during the Biafran crisis. All I'm asking today, I'm asking all Nigerians to prove Wike. Enough is enough in this country. This is our country. I work here. I work in this country. For God's own sake, it should be proved. All lands should be proved. The land grabbing in Abuja is not going to help this country. Enough is enough.
We are not afraid of blackmail. Let heaven fall. It is even better that heaven comes down now. So I will not be fasting again to go to heaven.
Ensure that we bring you all of the reports that happened across board and what is trending everywhere, from the one that looks so hilarious to the one that is so sad. You know, Nigeria is a theater where sometimes you get comedy, sometimes you get tragic comedy, and ultimately get a horror tragic moments in Nigeria. So all of that, we're going to look at it, beginning with the condolence congratulation from Akpabio's aide to the defection of LP lawmakers to APC. Also, we saw the banning of Farotimi's book, and ultimately to our major issue we are going to discuss tonight, which is serve Nigeria and come back as a victim. All of that, we're going to look into that, and we expect you to react to any one of the matters which you feel you want to react to tonight, as we'll be opening up the lines as soon as we bring you all this report. We'll hit the ground running because we are running out of time this evening on Matters Arising. Oya, take a look at what we have for you today.
I won't say anything, but for me, the last thing to say, let me first of all congratulate His Excellency, the Governor of the state, over the demise of his dear, lovely wife. Congratulate His Excellency, the Governor of the state, over the demise of his dear, lovely wife. I want to wish all of us a very happy stay today. May God bless you. Thank you.
Honorable colleagues, I have a letter coming from our dear brother, Honorable Ajang Alfred Ilya, member representing Jos South, Jos East Federal Constituency of Plateau State. His letter read, the subject matter is defection from the Labour Party to the All Progressive Congress APC. His letter reads, I hope this letter finds you in good health and high spirits. I write to formally inform you of my decision to defect from the Labour Party to the All Progressive Congress, APC, effective immediately. This decision was due to the crisis of leadership in the Labour Party, and though deeply personal, is one that I believe is in the best interest of my constituents and the broader objectives of national development. There are several key reasons behind my decision to make this significant political shift. One, alignment with national development agenda. Over time, I've closely observed the policies and direction of the APC, particularly under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari. Order, please. Honorable colleagues, please, can you allow us to finish reading this later? The celebration can follow later, please. The APC's commitment Honorable Aswaju Ahmed Tinubu, point of correction, please. Alignment with national development over time, I've closely observed. The mistake, please, honorable colleagues, is from him, not from me. I read what is in his letter. So please, your letter, you need to correct it. You put Muhammadu Buhari instead of Aswaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Still in the courts, the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, has granted an order of interim injunction restraining Lagos-based legal practitioner Dele Farotimi, whether acting by himself or his representatives, from further publishing, selling, circulating, advertising, or distributing the physical, hard, digital, or even soft copies of the book Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. Justice Peter Kekemeke granted the order after listening to the ex parte application filed by the claimant, the managing partner at Afe Babalola's law firm, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Kehinde Ogwumiju. Now, the judge also temporarily restrains the agents, publishers, distributors, sellers, republishers, resellers, or any other person howsoever described, including Dele Farotimi Publishers, Amazon Online Bookstore, Roving Heights Bookstore, Booksellers Bookstore, Jazz Hall, Lagos Bookstore, Glendora Bookshop, Quintessence Lagos Bookstore, and Pataba Books Limited from further publishing, selling, circulating, advertising, or distributing the physical, hard, digital, soft copies of the book online, electronically, physically, or by any other means, including on social media. Now, the court's order was granted pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice for interlocutory injunction dated and filed on December the 6th.
So that is the follow-up story of the matters arising we are having today, and Ndibo will call it Okunesa Eko. Now to the main major issue, what we are discussing tonight. But that doesn't prevent you from reacting across board all the matters we brought to you tonight. So talking about the ongoing saga, the land-grabbing saga that is choking Wike in Abuja, respect to this woman, the widow of former colonel that is retired and now late. The incident have raised a lot of dust as the woman labeled Wike a land grabber that had gone further to people and convert it to himself through his proxy. So let us take a dive at that very video and commentary, and also today Wike had come up to respond to this woman, and that is where the whole thing had become a hell of a mess. The response of Wike had added fuel to the fire when he said heaven should fall. Now let us begin with that woman's reaction, and when I come back, there are issues we need to tidy up when it has to do with people who have served this country and returned back as a victim. Some people will say serve Nigeria and return back ashamed. But this time, what we're seeing today is people serving Nigeria and coming back as a victim. Now let us take a look at this And when we come back, we'll bring you the response of Wike, then we'll open up the lines. Over to the video. I'll be right back.
I am taking this seat this morning because I am a sad Nigerian. A sad Nigerian. And I've come to say a few things about a soldier I know. A soldier who shared the same principles with me. A soldier who believed in this country. A soldier who fought to keep this country one. And that is my husband, Chief Colonel Paul Osa Ogbebo. I met him at the war front during the Biafran crisis. I was a young journalist working with NTA, Nigerian Television Service. He was surprised to see me at the war front. As a journalist, you want to know the meaning of this war and how they are fighting it. That is what brought me to the war front. I met him. Not too long, he and his colleagues, they lost the war at the Onitsha River. He was taken dead. His body was floating like other bodies. They were taken to the morgue. But luckily for him, it was in Benin. They found his body among the dead. He was still shaking. Huh? The people were surprised. They took him out. The rest is history, but he was alive. He fought. He continued in his sickbed, giving his best. I saw him. When it was time, he went back to work. And if you're a journalist, there are people you talk to. How is it going? What about our country? This is what made a young girl in my time at that time to talk to such a person. It was from him I knew that soldiers are not zombies. They are intellectuals. They are brave men. Like he always said to me, the difference between me and between a soldier and you is that there's a gun, you will run the other way. I will run towards where the problem is. And we laughed. This is the man I know. But like I said, when he's a quick writer, he writes, he takes notes. And when it happened, there was a coup. People suspected that because he's a writer, because he takes notes and says his mind, he must be part of that coup that took Moritola away. But Moritola was his godfather. It pained him when they accused him. They investigated him. He was free.
Madam.
But they knew he was, yes.
Madam.
So
Madam.
Yes, please. Yes.
In introduction, we talked about what Wike did to you in Abuja, putting a quick notice on your property.
He came to.
Can we just talk about that and what you want President Tinubu to do for you? Because Wike is very adamant, he being a lawyer, in saying that he's following the law. Now, as he followed the law in the case that affects you, and as a prominent Nigerian, as a prominent Nigerian, what do you want?
We followed the law. What I want is first Nigerians to know that people should be paid. Nigerians should be paid and respected for what the contribution they've given to this country, not about the money and position. My husband went to Abuja as a soldier. He worked. He never went there to collect or grab land. My husband is not a land grabber. He went to work. Today, the sewage in Abuja is done by my husband. The other, he gave people hope to come to Abuja. He never collected any land. All companies, Nigerian companies, white companies, in 42 years ago, were given land as for their job. Piece of land they were given. And so my husband was given like any other person. As Polosa is a company that brought Italians, Lebanese, and they are there till today. Now, like the Abuja that is growing up, there was no system. They were all given temporary land certificates. These lands, then later they were told to revalidate. They revalidated this. They revalidated the lands. And after revalidating the land, next time they were now told, all right, you are now free to apply permanently for these lands. Came the COVID. My dear husband, who worked, the sewage system in Abuja is done by my husband. All the sewage system. My dear husband died during the COVID. He was gone.
Camp were dilapidated, and also you can't inhabit them. Is this true, or do you think you were just targeted? Yes, ma'am.
Ayo, look, go to that camp. There are Italians. All of them are white. Most of them are white. Do you think white people will stay in a dilapidated area? This is puzzling. You want to dilapidate? This is all I'm asking today. I'm asking all Nigerians to prove Wike. Enough is enough in this country. This is our country. I work here. I worked in this country. For God's own sake, it should be probed. All land should be probed. It's grabbing land that I say so. Because I'm a Nigerian. He is a Nigerian. Why should he grab lands from people who labored for it? Where was he when Abuja was a forest? Why? What? And I challenge Mr. President, whose name is being used and polluted, that he must probe Wike. Enough is enough.
Has this matter
we worked here. This is our capital.
All right, madam. Have you approached the court on this matter? Because at the end of the day, I'm sure you'd have pursued your legal options. Have you approached the court, and what's the standing currently?
I've asked the lawyers to take over and to look into all the matters. But as I said, I am a journalist and I've done my investigation journalism. The land grabbing in Abuja is not going to help this country. Enough is enough. And you shouldn't forget, I'm a chief from the Niger Delta. Our money is being used here. Look at our home. We are dilapidated. If you want to talk about this dilapidation, go to the Niger Delta. Go to my grandmother's house. Go to my grandfather's house, where the oil has been pumped. That is where you should go to. That is where you should help Nigerians if you want to. Not money brought to Abuja and is sunk here and is being taken over by big men of the country.
So that is the woman's reaction with respect to the land grabbing accusation against Wike. Now let us listen to Wike's response. Then we'll now open up the lines for you to now bring in your reactions. We don't have much to say and we don't have much time. So all you need to do, once we are done with that of Wike, then the lines are open You can call in and we'll also read your comments on the comment section. And don't forget, we're streaming this from all our social media platforms. Okay, over to Wike's response. I'll be right back.
But let me use this opportunity to tell Nigerians and residents of Abuja, we are not afraid of blackmail. In fact, you cannot be in this kind of position, you say you will not be blackmailed. Particularly as regards this Abuja. There are so many lovers who have come to put our feet down. Let her fall. It is even better that heaven comes down now. So I will not